Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. This is a day in a life in the life of a single mom. So I have two boys, Roman and Strength. They're with their dad right now. And so I'm focusing on cleaning the house and doing some things I would like to do today, as well as spending time with God. So one of the things I have to do is wash some clothes. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the phone. Wash some clothes. I also need to wash my hair, figure that out because I haven't done it since the last hairstyle I had because my scalp was irritated, so I haven't done anything to it. Um, I'm gonna do some word searches because I love doing those in my spare time. Do a Bible study. I'm going to try to fix a part in my car while my kids are gone. Also gonna clean my car out because it's been so messy lately, and whatever else comes. Let's get started. So I organized the room a little bit differently recently because I had to make more room for, and this is the little thing I put on the floor. I had to make more room for the heater. So the way this room is set up, the heater is behind here. So I had to move things so the heater could work because it's getting cold. Sorry, I just came up the stairs. That was a lot of walking. But I love this area because my son, he loves building marble runs. So I just use this shelf for all his marble run pieces. And I continued by setting up my youngest son's some of his music stuff, and I made this book for my son. And I'm getting sidetracked. I set up this music area for my youngest to see his stuff because he does well even like this. I set out this is for him, the kitchen stuff. He does so well whenever I have things out. When he sees things, he does a lot better. When it's kind of pushed away or in a closet or too far for him to see, he doesn't do well. So I made this book for my son because he builds a lot of stuff. He does it with Thomas the Train tracks. He does it with marble runs, just about anything. Sorry, this glare is crazy. He will build. And so I made this book because I wanted him to see his work. He does it with magnets, all type of stuff. He's been doing it for a long time. And so I love doing this because it helps him to not only appreciate like his creativity. I need to add more pages too, but it helps him to see like how much progress he's made in being creative. Like it started off small and now it's so much bigger, and he just continues to have great ideas. So I just encourage you, I don't know, whatever your kid's good at, encourage them in that area and keep a running log because it'll encourage them as well. So I got that area. Then I also have this area over here. My son, he loves tracks as well as fighting things, my youngest. And then we have the magnet section, Paw Patrol, PJ Masks section, music section, Lego, and like learning stuff. This is a block area, and this is mini Legos. So I put everything like that on purpose though, because my kids, if they do not see it, they won't play with it, one, and they won't like enjoy it. Like they won't even think to go to it. They'll run to TV or they'll run to video games. And I'm not about that life. We about to be creative in this house. So that's just how I encourage my kids to be more creative. And I love adding all types of learning wall stuff only because I want my kids to constantly have an environment where even if I'm not teaching them, they're looking at the stuff. And so they're thinking about it, you know. My son will just randomly go up to a poster and just say stuff because it's around. So that's what I like to do for them. Okay, so I have this, which is like this piece for the massive airflow that I need to replace to the car. Then I got this little toolkit set because this is the piece you need to unscrew it. I watched a YouTube video about this and it looks so simple, so I got this and it's really cool. It actually like slides so you can get the different pieces out, so it's really cool. And then I just have my base. I'm hoping that this fits. I'm really hoping that this fits, so let's see. So in that very short amount of time, I realized I cannot do that by myself. At the current moment, I am not good at fixing things car related. I will say that at the current moment, I don't have that skill. So I watched the video again, or at least the beginning part. I started watching the beginning part, and the first part I could not do. You're supposed to like pinch this part to like unhook it essentially, and I could not do it. I'm like, okay, either I'm not strong enough or this thing is really on there. So I'm like, I'm gonna need somebody's help. Then I just tried to unscrew it without taking it off, and I lost the piece. It literally fell, and I can't find it. So I'm like, okay, now I have to buy a new small piece. And oh, also, it did not fit in the little screw, the holder that I showed you didn't fit in there. So I was having to do it like with this add-on piece that came with it. Lost that piece too. They both just fell. Couldn't find it. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm not meant to be doing that by myself. I'm going to have to pay somebody to do it or ask somebody for help. Maybe I'll ask my dad later if he knows how to do it and he has another one of those pieces. I still have the airflow sensor, but the small piece in order to unscrew the nuggets or the screws, it's gone. I had a moment of sadness and now I'm over it. I'm gonna attempt washing my hair because, well, I'm gonna wait till the dryer tonight. Put the clothes in the dryer, then I'm gonna wash and condition my hair because, well, you just accept your losses and move forward. So I'm going to use these products. I use this because of my scalp. Like I said, my scalp, I don't know if it's like psoriasis or something. My scalp gets so dry. It hurts really, really bad. After a while, any type of tight pulling or tight hairstyle, even a twist out after a while, my head will start hurting even when I put oil and make sure I wet it every day. It has that issue. So I use this and it helps clean out my scalp really good. And my scalp feels really good after that. Then I'm going to use this Donna's Recipe. I love Miss Tabitha Brown. Extra creamy moisturizing conditioner. I only have a little left, so I'm probably going to use the rest of it. Then I'm going to get, put this Miel leave-in. I love this because it's the rosemary mint. It makes my scalp feel really cool, so I'm going to do that. And this is just for my face. I'm going to do a facial while I'm doing all this as well. And then blow dry it. So this is what the mask looks like. It's green. I should have known that by the label color. I haven't used this in forever. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's green. But it's nice. It feels really smooth going on. It hasn't like tightened or anything like that. I don't think it does. On the label, it's like in a different language. So it's like Chinese or Japanese or something. So I don't know, but it feels pretty good. Smells pretty good. Doesn't smell bad. So time to wash the hair. Okay, so my hair is fully washed now. And conditioned. Oh, I meant to go get my towel. Hold on. All right, got my towel. So I washed it. I conditioned it. I also washed my face. I did that in the shower, which I never do it like this, but I basically like just pushed my face forward and like held my breath and like got all of it off. So that was good. It feels pretty good. My face does feel a little dry, so I'm gonna have to put. Sorry, got a message. Gonna have to put I'm going to have to put either a toner on it or this oil that I use. I had created this oil thing for my kid, my youngest kid, because his skin was breaking out a lot at a point and I hated it. And it seemed like all the products that we got, sorry, I'm also looking in the mirror. All the products that we got, they either made it worse or I just didn't like all the ingredients that they had. So I made my own little thing. One day I'll show you in a video out of like maybe 6 ingredients, mostly oils and butters. And you can literally just buy that stuff on Amazon and make it yourself. And I put it in jars, and so I use it for my son's skin, but I also use it for, you know, our face and things like that because it's all natural ingredients. I know what's in it. And as long as it's not in excess, it's not bad for you. Like I would say for your hair, I wouldn't always do it because if you put too much oils in your hair, another message, it'll actually not be good for you. But yeah, so I use that. And now I'm just putting, this is just the rest of this oil I bought a while ago from this lady. It was really good too. Oh, I should just be doing it for my scalp since I'm going to blow dry, but It's fine. I do not know where the comb part, I got some soap still in my hair or something, because, or conditioner. I didn't, what was I about to say? Oh, I couldn't find the comb part of the blow dryer, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to blow dry it, and then this is just some leave-in conditioner. And then I'm gonna brush with this unbrush and see how straight I can get it. At least if it's in a big giant poof, like a big afro, I'm fine with that. That's kind of what I'm going for, but it's not gonna get bone straight from that because I don't know where the comb is. It just has the regular small blower part to it. So I just put a little leave-in because, like I said, I really like that rosemary feeling. It's from the Miel brand. I also like the Miel oil. My mom has that one. And I'm going to just use a little bit. This oil is so good. It feels so good on your scalp, especially since I have sensitive scalp. It feels heavenly to me. And I'm going to have to get my own because I don't like to use my mom's a lot because, well, I would probably use it a lot too much. So I just use it sometimes, but this is really good. And it has its own little thing. Just gonna put it back. And then I'm gonna blow dry my hair and show you how it looks after I blow dried it as well as I could. All right, so I have officially finished blow drying my hair. It is, as you can hear, dry. And I love like the poofiness of it. I always have to scrunch the top down though a little bit because it's not the same length all around. My hair is a lot longer in the front than it is in the back. That's just how it's been growing. A long time ago, I had cut my sides off for a style, and ever since then it's been a lot harder to give it a uniform type look all around. My front has, like in the middle, has always stayed like longer. So that's been a process, but this is how it looks right now. I was going, sorry, the camera thing is right there. I was going for the afro look because one, it's just easier for me to manage, and two, them braids and stuff just ain't working for me lately. I need to oil my scalp a little bit more, but I'm gonna wait a little bit till after I get my clothes out of the dryer and then go from there. All right, so I'm back. Just got the clothes. This is the oil that I use for my hair. I bought it when I went to a vendor event to sell my books from this lady, but I don't know how to find her. I'm hoping I can look up her name online and find her website because this stuff is good. It has I don't know how to say it properly, don't judge. Jojoba oil, castor oil, coconut oil, tea tree oil, which is really good for your scalp. If you have dandruff, rosemary, fenugreek, mint, and I don't know what that is, Radovic herb blend. So it has lots of different oils that assist in your hair growing well and all that. So I'm like right at the end of this bottle. But I just wanted to put a little bit more oil on my scalp. Like I said, my scalp is very sensitive and it also gets very dry very fast. And seeing as I also just blow dried, I don't want my scalp to get super dry just because my hair is dry. So just putting a little bit more oil back up in there. And I'm definitely going to try to find her website soon. And hopefully she does orders online because I just randomly met her. I wasn't even sure if I was going to like it when I bought it. I was just trying to be kind because she bought one of my books. And I was just being kind because I felt like I was supposed to buy something from her. And this was the first thing I saw on her table that caught my eye because, again, dry scalp. So that was a great purchase. That was a event I went to, a vendor event that was actually at a church. So that was pretty awesome. I think one of the best parts about going to vendor events or even the Swaparama is the access. You get to meet all these other people who are entrepreneurs. And so you get to see different people's creativity. You know, some people are creative at writing books too, or as hair products or food or, bedding or insurance, all type of stuff. Like I bought this other thing I was just looking at again. I found it. I had misplaced it and I just found it when I was cleaning. It was this book about how to go through the steps of healing and everything like that with God and keeping your word to yourself so you can begin to trust yourself again. And I was like, oh, I'm going to start doing that because I had misplaced it. And so I stopped. But I'm going to start doing that again. So now I'm going to do some things that I enjoy. Let's go. All right, so this is actually the book that I was just talking about. It's called Vow to Self by Shamika White. I met her at a vendor event at that church too. So this is the book, front and back. It's 8 days of self promises. So it's like learning how to keep promises to yourself again after you probably struggle with that for some time. And it's pretty good. I started it and I'm going to finish it. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, let me just fix my camera. I'm going to do 2 word searches because I love word searches. I created this one because I love doing Bible word searches, so I'm learning at the same time. And plus I like the topics of the Bible, but I couldn't find a lot that I enjoyed, so I created my own. This is the second one I ever created, but I also created some that have multiple in one. So they're called the Big Fun Bible Word Searches, and they have 3 books in one. Those are on my website, CandiceCreations.com, if you're curious or want some. They're also on Amazon, and I'll link them in the bottom. So we're going to do 2 because I don't think I ever started this one. Sometimes I just print them because I like having my work, like a physical copy of what I've created. And I still do them, but like over time. Because I've originally already done it when I made it. I do all of my word searches prior to printing them out to make sure that all the words are there and it's properly done. So let's move that up a little bit. This one is the creation, Genesis 1. These are events in the Bible, so creation. The first word is light. Light. And I originally made a video a long time ago talking about how I find, sorry, I'm just trying to fix my camera so you can see it well enough for all the words. When I look for search words, I always look for like the first 3 letters, and that helps me. And then I just look and make sure that all the rest of the letters are there. Then I have the word. It makes it a lot faster for me. So let's see how long this one takes, and follow along if you like to see if you find the words first. The first word is light. So I already see it, L-I-G, and then I just check H-T. Yep, light. Darkness. Darkness, D-A-R. D-A-R. When I usually go to my vendor events, here it is, D-A-R-K-N-E-S-S. I usually do word searches the whole time because I really don't often have time to do this, but I really enjoy it. E-A-R for earth. Earth. The next word is sky, so I'm looking for the whole word. And because usually throughout the day when I'm with my kids or, I have all these other things to do, so it's hard to just stop and do something I enjoy. But when I do get the chance to just do this, I love it so much. It's the best for me because it's relaxing and it keeps my mind moving. Similar to my grandma, she always says that. She likes to keep her mind busy, working and figuring things out. I feel that way too. Sky. Wonder if you found that one first. Water. W-A-T. And she's my inspiration. I say it many times. W-A-T-E-R. The reason I kept making these books because I only made one, and I only intended to make one sun for others, and because I wanted my own version as well to do. I only intended to make one, and then my grandma, Moon, stars, S-T-A, she ended up doing my first one and liking it. And so I was like, oh, okay. And so I made another one. She liked that too. Animals, A-N-I. And so after she liked it, I'm like, okay, I'm going to make a version that's a little bit bigger so it takes her more time to do it. And it made me excited, the idea of creating something that she can also be learning about the Bible as well. So now I've made 4 big ones. And altogether I've made, because there's 3 in each big fun word search, so 3, 6, 9, 12. I've made 12 altogether. Next word is plants, PLA. Oh wait, no, actually the last one is just one big one, so it's actually 10. I've made 10 altogether. Because the last one I just made, I haven't put it on my website yet because I'm waiting to receive it and make sure I like everything. Plants. That one is focused on the books of the Bible. So it's each book of the Bible and then topics from each book of the Bible. So since there's 66 books, birds, it was better for me, in my opinion, to just make it that a whole book rather than adding 2 other books to that, since that's already long in itself. Each word search puzzle is about maybe 20 to 30. So since that one was already 66, I was like, just make this one its own, and the next one will have its own topics. I'm thinking of making the next one maybe have women in the Bible as one of the books, because I've done people in the Bible for 2 different ones, different people throughout the Bible, but I've never just done a focus on women in the Bible or something similar to that. But when I'm thinking of ideas, I usually just sit down and ask God and just allow Him to give me ideas and keep my imagination open. Woman, WOM. I am not seeing this one. Let's see. Woman. Oh, found you. WOMAN. And then last one is garden. Garden. GAR. There you are. Garden. All right, now we're going to do the next one, which is Noah's Ark. Is the focus of this one. Yep, you could see all of them. All right. Ark. Looking for the whole word. ARK. I thought it was here, but it's ARZ. It is not. Ark. Flood. I love like stuff like this, and I definitely, I can see myself being an old woman one day just doing stuff like this and teaching my grandchildren, because it's not just for old people, although I think they're the ones who are more willing to slow down and do things like this. This is great memory work. Like, this is great focus work. For you to have to look for words, you have to have a lot of attention to detail, and you have to be patient because they don't always just pop out at you right away. Sometimes they do, but many times you just have to be patient enough. My bad, my video just cut out for a second. All right, so now we're looking for dove. But yeah, I was just saying, it takes a lot of attention to do puzzles like this, and patience, especially when it's a lot of words. I think one of the main reasons I created my own is because the formatting. I like things a certain way. I don't always like when all the words are just on the side and the puzzle's over here, or I don't know. I think it's harder for me. And then I like white pages. That was another reason I desired to make my own, is I like creating books that usually, even coloring books, that usually have like tannish or that like brown paper, to have white paper so it's easier to color and it just looks nicer. There you are. Dove, olive, like olive branch. And then I also put for this one, I didn't do it with all of them, but for this one specifically, because it was events, I put where this event took place. So if you wanted to, you can just go look up the story as well. Olive, rainbow. Does anyone know the real reason we have rainbows? It's a beautiful reason. 40 days. All right. Oh, I thought it was here, but it's not. It's FOF right there. It can't be that. 40. There you are. 40. Water. It would be fun to go into a competition for something like this, but not gonna lie, I think the pressure would get to me. I don't think I would be bad at it. I just think knowing that I'm being timed would make my brain want to have a brain fart or something. Just because I know I have to be, oh no, this one's unclean. So I have to find clean now. It's funny when words are like that, you have to make sure you find both. I feel like I would, under the pressure, get nervous because anytime I've tried to time myself, knowing that there's a timer going literally freaks me out. Oh, I just scratched out the wrong one. Okay, Noah, there you are. So it makes sense. Okay, sons is right here, and last one is covenant. Again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just not saying it out loud, of saying the first 3 letters and then looking for the end of it. Covenant, all done. James chapter 1. James, a bondservant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greetings, my brethren. Count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, with no doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. For let not that man suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. Let the lowly brother glory in his exaltation, but the rich in his humiliation, because as a flower of the field he will pass away. For no sooner has the sun risen with a burning heat than it withers the grass. Its flower falls, and its beautiful appearance perishes. So the rich man also will fade away in his pursuits. Blessed is the man who endures temptation, for when he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to those who love him. Let no one say, when he is tempted, I am tempted by God, for God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone. But each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. Then, when desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, brings forth death. Do not be deceived, my beloved brethren. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and comes down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow of turning. Of his own will he brought us forth by the word of truth, that we might be a kind of first fruits of his creatures. So then, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath, for the wrath of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Therefore, lay aside all filthiness and overflow of wickedness, and receive with meekness the implanted word, which is able to save your souls. But be doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. For if anyone is a hearer of the word, and not a doer, he is like a man observing his natural face in a mirror, for he observes himself, goes away, and immediately forgets what kind of man he was. But he who looks into the perfect law of liberty and continues in it, and is not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this one will be blessed in what he does. If anyone among you thinks he is religious, and does not bridle his tongue, but deceives his own heart, this one's religion is useless. Pure and undefiled religion before God and the Father is this, to visit orphans and widows in their trouble, and to keep oneself unspotted from the world. Alright, so I just got to the cleaning place for your car. So I'm going to clean out the back seat. It's mostly the floor that's dirty. spending the day with me. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to spend the rest of my night probably playing a video game, folding the rest of those clothes, and watching this show called Elementary, which is essentially like Sherlock Holmes, but in a cooler way. And of course, cooking for myself. I might show a clip of that too. But good night, everyone. Bye. So this is what I made for dinner. I'm probably also going to have some applesauce or some type of fruit, but this is what I made. This is like some cornmeal. I kind of made it like Haitian style. Added peppers, beans, and then this is some avocado. If you know, you know. It's like this Haitian cornmeal that my mom gets. Hold on. Not that. It's this type of moulin. I think that's how you say it. It's a Haitian type. She gets, and it's pretty good. It takes a longer time to cook because you have to really get the water out. I mean, you really have to cook it down for a longer time than you would grits, but I did a pretty good job. I like it. All right, bye. They call her Candy Cane. And that is her name. They call her Candy Cane. And that is her name.